Good afternoon on this Monday. The time now is 12:30. I'm Julie Broughton. This is News 6 Extra. Hope you're having a great day. Hope your weekend was nice and restful or productive or whatever you wanted it to be this weekend. Thank you so much for spending some time with us this afternoon to get caught up on your news and weather headlines. If you've been outside today, you know it is another steamy, muggy day, and already we're tracking some showers. We'll break that down for you in greater detail and take a look ahead to the next 7 days. By the way, summer officially starts this week. I know it feels like summer has already been here for a few months now, but the official start of summer isn't until Friday, so we'll talk more about that coming up. But first, we want to check in with News 6 investigator Lewis Bolden. And Lewis, every time we see you, you have something new for us. These bad guys are always trying to get our money, and today you were talking about fake bank loans. It is just always something new.
Yeah, always something new. And remember, everybody is always trying to get your money. So anyone out there who is looking for a loan right now should be careful because crooks are impersonating legitimate companies and ripping people off. A local woman says it happened to her. Take a look.
I'm very angry and I'm very upset.
69-year-old Sarah Geathers was looking for a loan to purchase a new walker
So I done cleared out some appointments.
and new shoes to accommodate her feet swollen from lymphedema.
I wanted to have a little extra money on me just to get some things that a lady would like to go shopping for.
Geathers had been applying online for loans when she got a call from someone pretending to be from LendingTree, telling her she was approved.
They said that I was approved from $1,000 to $3,000.
Geathers gave her banking information and the person deposited this check for almost $1,300 into her account. Then, through social engineering, convinced her to buy two $500 gift cards from Walmart to be sent back to them. Soon after, her bank notified her that initial check was fraudulent.
According to the Federal Trade Commission, Americans lost $12.8 billion to fraud last year, and imposter scams were the third highest category.
Everybody is susceptible to a social engineering scam.
Roger Grimes is a cybersecurity expert and says never underestimate the power of social engineering, which is building trust and manipulating people to divulge personal information.
I just think that if you get hit at the right moment in your life with the right type of scam, that we're all susceptible to something, even though we thought we were not.
If you've been the victim of a loan scam, experts say file a police report, take steps to secure your information, watch your credit report, and consider a credit freeze with all three credit bureaus.
It was disappointing.
Remember, don't fall for the scheme, don't get ripped off, but if you do, email me at theinvestigators@WKMG.com. I'm Lewis Bolden, News 6. You know, she said the whole thing was so disappointing because she was actually looking for a loan. So it was not unusual for her to get responses. And in this particular case, they think the crooks spoofed the LendingTree website. And so they believe that the website was the fake website that you went to from the very beginning. But that's what makes this one so disturbing is she actually was looking for a loan. So it was not unusual to get a response from somebody. Julie?
Right. And LendingTree is something that we've all heard of. And, you know, you think about when you're looking for loans for something. I was looking into home equity loans recently, and then I feel like everyone in the world started calling to talk about that. So, you know, it's just frightening. So you think that she went, when she typed in looking for her loan, that it was a spoofed website that she originally went to?
Yes, we've worked with several cybersecurity experts who say that crooks now can spoof those websites so that when you go to do a Google search and put in LendingTree, sometimes a spoofed website can come up. And so you just have to be extra careful. We've seen this also happen too with job scams. You know, a couple of weeks ago, we had a woman who was online applying for jobs and she started getting responses from companies, but it turns out one of those companies was fake and tried to make off with some of her money. So there's always so much you have to be on the lookout for. Julie, the other thing I wanted to tell you about is the reason I interviewed Roger Grimes is people always think, oh, I would not fall for that. Social engineering, when you get a telephone call from someone and they start to build trust with you. I have one that I'm writing right now where it's a bank impersonator. So someone a woman thought it was her bank because they spoofed the call and spoofed the text messages, and she thought it was her bank, and she started responding to them and ended up uh, giving away about $15,000 in crypto. But the reason I wanted to interview Roger, because he says that anyone who has ever said that they could not be socially engineered, he has socially engineered them. So just be skeptical, be skeptical.
Well, yeah, I mean, they're so sophisticated now, the bad guys, that it seems like it would be easy to fall for a lot of these. And just the stories you tell every week, we know that, in fact, it is. But if you're looking for a loan and going to these sites, what do you need to do to make sure that it is indeed a legitimate website, the real website you're looking for?
Double check. Do more than just a Google search. Try to get the number independently, as opposed to, if you've been applying for things and you're getting emails. So try to independently verify that it's the right website for you, because again, those Google searches can be spoofed as well.
Yeah, wow. So it just seems like there's just something new every week, Lewis. This is exhausting. And I feel so bad when you're looking for a loan to buy a new walker. I mean, these people are awful.
Listen, and
Awful.
that's why I included that, because this is something that she actually needs, and she was short on money and needed a loan for that. And then to be ripped off when she's already in need, yeah, kind of makes you furious.
I know. Well, I hope she gets what she needs. Will she get her money back? Did you include that? Oh, no.
She's
The
not getting her
sigh.
money back.
Oh,
She's
that's
not getting her money back because the bank is saying that yes, it was social engineering, but she withdrew the money herself, and so they're saying that it was fraud, but they're not returning the money because she withdrew it.
oh,
So
man.
that's unfortunate.
Yeah.
The good news is, though, she did have some church members
Okay.
to come forward. And so she did get the walker anyway
Oh,
because she had some church members to donate to her. And so that's the good
okay.
news of it
We
all.
like that. We like to end on that note. So she did get what she needed. So that is good news. Sounds like she is surrounded by a good community.
Yes,
All
yes.
right.
But guys, be skeptical of everything. There are so many, listen, I mean, they keep me employed. There are so
Yeah.
many schemes out there. Just be skeptical of everything and take a beat. And also, if something doesn't feel right, maybe you pick up the phone and call a friend and say, "Hey, something seems a little off about this. What do you think?" And
Yeah.
then often that can be the one thing, just having someone else to say, maybe take a pause on that.
Yeah. It's always good to take a beat. So, Lewis, anyone watching who needs to get in touch with you, where can they find you?
You can email me at theinvestigators@wkmg.com.
All right, Lewis. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Jules.
All right, now to a developing national story. The suspect in the shooting of two Minnesota lawmakers and their spouses over the weekend has a court appearance this afternoon. This comes after he was taken into custody last night following an intensive 2-day search. Paula Lee has the story.
Outside Minnesota State Capitol Monday morning, a tribute to the victims of this weekend's targeted shootings is growing, hours after law enforcement announced the arrest of the alleged gunman.
I want to assure our community and all those who are grieving that we will seek justice and accountability for the victims of all these heinous crimes.
Police say the 2-day manhunt for 57-year-old Vance Belter ended peacefully last night after a tip led them to a field near his home about 45 miles from the Twin Cities.
This is a great example of coordination and collaboration.
Belter is accused of shooting and killing Democratic State Representative Melissa Hortman and her husband Mark on Saturday in what officials are calling a politically motivated attack.
Melissa Hortman was the core of who our values were. She had a hand in so many things that happened. The building that we stand in, she helped usher through.
He's also charged with attempted murder in the shooting of Democratic State Senator John Hoffman and his wife Yvette. Both are now recovering from their injuries. Police say Belter left behind an SUV disguised with police lights and markings. Inside, they found multiple weapons and a list of more than 50 possible targets, including lawmakers and abortion rights advocates. Pauline Lee, CBS News, Minnesota.
Police say they believe the suspect acted alone in these shootings. In a statement, the Hoffman said they are grateful to law enforcement, adding that they are, quote, incredibly lucky to be alive. We will continue to follow this story for you throughout the day here on clickorlando.com and on air as well. We're going to take a short break, and when we get back, we will talk more about the state budget that lawmakers are meeting about today, and we are also going to take a look at your full forecast. Stay with us. We're back in 2 minutes. Welcome back to News 6 Extra. The time now is 12:42. I'm Julie Broughton. Thank you so much for sticking around with us. We're going to talk more about your full 7-day forecast and the showers and thunderstorms some of you are already seeing this afternoon. That's coming up in just a few minutes. But first, happening tonight at 7 o'clock, state lawmakers are set to vote on a new budget. Part of that deal includes $1.3 billion in tax cuts. News 6's Mark Lehman is looking at the numbers and tell us what that could mean for families.
A little break every now and again will help.
Chris Canone is a former teacher, and he's happy to hear about a plan to keep Florida's back-to-school sales tax holiday. Lawmakers are preparing to vote on a package that would eliminate sales tax for school supplies for an entire month.
As teachers, we probably spend a good amount of money on a yearly basis just to keep stocked up, just for the kids, the underprivileged kids or the kids that forget.
The tax break would be for the month of August and happen every year as kids get ready to head back to school. Another tax holiday we typically see is for hurricane supplies. That's not included in this budget, but what is part of the package is a permanent sales tax exemption for things like waterproof tarps, tie-down kits, and gas cans. In total, that's expected to save Florida shoppers about $36.7 million each year. Making that a permanent tax break, do you think that's a good idea?
Well, after last year, I think we needed it for a lot longer than we had it for, right?
The package also includes sales tax exemptions for certain types of batteries and portable generators. Other exemptions include eliminating taxes on things like sunscreen.
Sunscreen is so important to living in Florida, so having a tax break on that is great.
The proposal comes more than 6 weeks after lawmakers were scheduled to end their legislative session. Differences between the House and Senate on spending cuts pushed the issue to now be voted on as early as today. If approved, Governor DeSantis will have less than 2 weeks to sign the budget before the July 1st deadline.
I hate to see that it gets pushed so late, but as long as they get it done, then that's great.
In Orlando, Mark Lehman, News 6.
And that budget does include a measure that could expand access to dental care in Florida. Florida ranks among the worst to access to dental care. News 6's Stephanie Rodriguez is looking into this and tells us how expanding the duties of dental hygienists could help.
So we remove any of the toxins that are on your teeth, under your gums, in a preventive way.
Dental hygienist Catherine Cabazon does what many call a cleaning at the dentist's office, but it's more about killing bacteria. While necessary to manage gum disease, hygienists can't reach all troublemaking germs in the mouth.
These pathogens go into the bloodstream too. They can go into your respiratory system and your digestive tract, and they have been connected with 57 different diseases and conditions.
But there is a tool that can help them, a dental diode laser. Dental hygienists in 45 other states can use them under supervision of a dentist, but not in Florida.
Why is it important for you to come today to the service? Can't afford it any other way.
In March, I met people waiting hours for free dental care in Daytona Beach.
I've got a tooth that needs a filling, and the pain or the sensitivity that I feel every day, even taking a sip of this coffee.
If the state approves the laser, Cabazon believes it will reduce the number of patients facing expensive oral health problems or a more drastic diagnosis.
We need to lower the level of these pathogens so there's no inflammation and none of these entering into the rest of the system, playing havoc on it. These pathogens have been found in the brain cells of patients with Alzheimer's.
That was Stephanie Rodriguez reporting. We will have the latest on the budget vote for you throughout the day on air and on News 6 starting at 4 o'clock this afternoon. We're also keeping a close eye on your weather today. We're already seeing temperatures climbing close to 90 in a lot of spots, with a few showers and thunderstorms popping mainly across the western half of the peninsula. Here's what it looks like for you right now on the radar as we scan out. Western Marion County, you're seeing some of those showers, also some isolated showers popping up in northern Lake County as well as extreme northern Marion County. Here's how your clouds and rain forecast looks as we take you through the day today. We'll continue to see some more showers and storms developing around afternoon drive time. And as the sea breezes really get going, we could see some heavier activity right along I-4. I think most of this will wrap up for us by around 8 to 9 o'clock today, then leaving us with partly cloudy skies through the overnight hours. Right now, we are stepping out the door to 88 in the Villages. If you're in Leesburg, you're at 84. It is 89 right now in Melbourne and 87 if you're in Daytona Beach. Here's how it feels. Right now it feels like 100 in New Smyrna Beach, and it feels like 99 if you are in Kissimmee or Ocala. We're going to a high today, warmer than normal in most spots. Our average high this time of year is 91. We'll go to 94 in Orlando, 92 in Leesburg, and 93 in Sanford. Here's how it looks for the next 7 days. Rain chances hover right around 40% as we head through the next couple of days, up to 95 for Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday officially starts summer for us. I know it feels like summer's been around for a while, but the summer solstice is officially on June 20th, 50% chance of showers on Friday. We bump that up just a little bit heading into Saturday. Overnight lows stay in the 70s. And in case you're wondering, the tropics are looking quiet for us right now. We will talk much more about all of this for you starting on News 6 at 4. So we hope you will join us then. Thank you so much for spending some time with us this afternoon. Hope the rest of your Monday goes well, and I'll see you at 4.